What's up, basketball fans? This is Kyle Hines from Olympia Milano, and today I'm going to give you my EuroLeague playoff predictions. First, we have Olympiacos versus Fenerbahce. Olympiacos has been running the table, all season. Obviously, I have strong ties to Olympiacos as that's my former team. I've won a couple of championships and a couple of titles there, and I have, a bunch of friends that play there. But on the other hand, Fenerbahce, they were leading the table for majority of the year, and then over the second half of the season, because of injuries and because of maybe some other things, they slid all the way to eighth, which I think many people will probably be surprised about if you, talked about this probably the first part of the season. They also have Coach Atudis, who is, a basketball genius who's been, in so many Final Fours and, has won so many Euro Leagues as a head coach and also as the assistant coach. But I'm going to go Olympiacos in 5 games, 3-2. I think Olympiacos has been strong throughout the whole entire season. They have the home court advantage. To play in Seth is not going to necessarily be easy. The reason why I give Fenerbahce 2 games, because Coach Atudis, he's very experienced and he knows, how to maneuver these type of games. And one of the things he's amazing at is game preparation. This is one of probably his best qualities. So I think he's going to have devised, a great game plan, for Fenerbahce to try to be successful. But I think in all, I think the home court advantage of Seth is going to help Olympiacos advance to the Final Four. The next game that we have is Monaco versus Maccabi. Looking at these teams, I think they're probably the 2 most athletic teams in all of EuroLeague. If you kind of look at them, almost head to head, they almost cancel each other out. You have, Mike James and Wade Baldwin and Elia Kobo and Lonzo Brown. Then you can go from even Dante Hall to Josh Nebo and, all these different type of players. They all kind of cancel each other out. But I think Monaco has the playoff experience. Last year they took Olympiacos to almost 5 games and, had opportunity to take them all the way down the wire. For me, I'm a Mike James guy. I think, playoff Mike James is can be something different. I think if he could be the one deciding factor, especially if he's locked in. And I think for these playoffs, given that what they had last year, I think that he's going to be dialed in. So I'm going to say Monaco, and I'm going to go again. I'm going to say Monaco in 5, just because Maccabi, they've been playing really well at home. To play there. And I know the arena is going to be full of yellow and it's going to be loud and it's going to be difficult for Monaco to win that game. But I'm going to give the deciding factor to Monaco, just because, like I said, I think, for Mike James, I think he's motivated to try to get to a Final Four. I think this is one of his moments, and I think it's probably his, one of the best opportunities that he can possibly have. The next game is Barca versus Zalgiris. Obviously Zalgiris and everybody's probably riding on the high right now, them being in the playoffs, getting there, even the last game of the season, with that game versus Bayern Munich. But Barcelona is a strong team. They're a deep team, led by, so many veteran guys. The last couple of years, they've been, in the Final Four. So, I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be Barcelona in 4 games. I think that, Barcelona is probably going to win the first 2 games. I think game 3, just because of the emotion and just because of everything, playing in Zalgiris Arena isn't necessarily the easiest place. Saris going back home to play in that arena. I think, with the factor with maybe Smits, playing against his former team, I think it's going to be a surprising factor. And I think, Zalgiris is going to, drum up enough emotion to pull out 1 game. But I think that Barcelona is going to pull it out and be victorious in the entire series. The last game is Real Madrid versus Partizan. This is going to be a great matchup. I think Real Madrid again in 5 games. The reason why, Real Madrid is one of the deepest teams in all of EuroLeague. I think they're primed for a series like this. What Partizan probably to me doesn't have, they have great players. Obviously, they have an amazing coach and one of the best coaches, and if not the greatest coach in EuroLeague history, Coach Obradovic. They have 22 or 23,000 screaming, Partizan fans that are going to help push them. But one of the problems that they've probably been facing throughout the whole entire season is that they're not really deep. They're not really a deep team. They don't have a deep roster. But what Madrid has, they have deep team. They have so many guys and they have so many weapons, so many different areas in which they can, they could take advantage of. So I think Real Madrid is going to pull out that series, and I think they're going to ultimately be, the favorites to win that one. Then for the semis, which is going to be great for basketball fans and basketball writers and everything, because we have, so many plot twists and so many storylines in it. Rematch from last year. With Olympiacos and Monaco, which I think is going to be very interesting because they played so well and they had so many difficult matchups in the last, and they gave all of us fans, a great show from the last year. So why not, see them perform on a EuroLeague Final Four stage? I'm going to go with Olympiacos just because I think, they've been playing well. They've been playing the most consistent throughout the whole entire year. And I think, it's their time, to win that game. Real Madrid and Barca, El Clasico in the Final Four. There's nothing better than that. For me, I'm going to go with Real Madrid. Sentimental reason, because I want to see my guy Chacho do well. I want to see him, crowning moment. And then you have Real Madrid and Olympiacos, which I think they played, I don't know how many finals, but they played a couple, I think, finals before, maybe 1 or 2 finals before in past EuroLeague Final Fours. And I'm going to go with Real Madrid because, like I said, I think they have the deepest team. I think obviously Tavares, I think he's such a difference maker, a game changer. They have experience, with Chacho and Yul and Rudy Fernandez, Guys that have been there. Why not, see those guys, that group that has been so important to EuroLeague, kind of ride out, with the opportunity to win another EuroLeague together. And then they have Yabusele and all these different guys, Musa, Harazonia, all these guys that, have been playing really well. And then I seen a stat about, that EuroLeague table favorites or the EuroLeague regular season champion hasn't won a EuroLeague in, I think maybe 6 or 7 years or something like that. So I'm going to keep with those odds, and I'm going to say that Real Madrid will be the champion of the 2023 EuroLeague season. Thank you guys for listening to my predictions. Hopefully I'm right. But I challenge all you fans out there to make your own predictions with BasketNews. And I look forward to seeing who's going to be right and who's going to ultimately win the 2023 EuroLeague championship.